But good luck, folks, as 5 lights and away we go. We'll see if Blunty can hold on to that P1 position. He does get a better start than last time, and he does hold that P1 position. Deathstar and Quashi battling behind. Deathstar does get the inside line, which I think Blunty actually gives up the position to Deathstar, as there's a bit of a craziness here behind. Everyone's a few positions being swapped. Sorry, folks, I'm actually losing track of what's going on here. There's a lot going on that first corner, but it's looking tidy thus far. As you see, the Ferrari of Quashi and I believe that was Deathstar going a little bit wide. Oliver does get a spin, and actually he's down from P3 to P15, so not ideal start for Oliver. Capo up good positions here up to that P2 position. He is under threat over Quashi as he goes a little bit wide, and Quashi does get the move done. Golsey coming out of nowhere here. Sorry, that's not Golsey. It is Golsey. Sorry, I was right. Golsey gets on the inside line here off Capo as well, gets that position done, gets that P3, the last of the podium positions. Blunty already up 1.7 seconds ahead of the field, which is fantastic to see for Blunty. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2. I believe that's an Alpine of Rabble, as you can see in the distance. Oliver back in front slightly. As Blurp and Risey are battling. We see Connor right up behind, wanting to capitalise. Lanny not too far behind either. But there is a battle here between Risey and the Ferrari off Blurp. Now Blurp does have an inside line here off the right hand hairpin, but Risey does get a better exit and holds that position. As there's quite a scrap here between Blurp and Risey. Let me have a little look at the tire comparisons. I believe, yes, so Connor is on the soft compound, so we'll have a bit more traction here over Blurp, but Blurp has the advantage of having Risey in front, so he can play off that slipstream, but through the middle sectors it'll be tougher for him to hold that position, as Quashi does pick up a 3-second time penalty, which is not ideal for him later in the race. He will have to kind of pick up the pace now to try and negate those 3 seconds. As you see, Quashi is in DRS off Blunty, so he has gained slightly. Now this is kind of where he needs to push, and you see Griever actually picked up a 3-second time penalty as well. And Blunty, as he spins into the wall, which that is an absolute result for Quashi. Now there is a safety car, as Reborn reacts fastest. Risey goes in the pits as well, follows through. Connor goes in, Blurps go in. Lanny chooses to stay out on the mediums. Blurp goes in, Ramo stays out as well. Humane goes in, Oliver goes in. We'll stick on board here with E9 Barcode as we see when he opts in to actually restart the race. Safety car is going through the last corner. It does look like everyone's playing quite safe so far, so happy days. This is actually a very good camera angle, as we see when does E9 Barcode. He does hit the throttle, gets up the 4th gear, gets the race back and going. Now he's on those mediums, whereas everyone behind is on the hard, so he will have to pit again later on in the race. But at the moment, if he can get a big enough gap, he should be fine and to hold up a higher position. Now in saying that, the drivers behind, as you see, actually Golsey and Capo having a bit of a scrap here behind. As Capo does try and get a better racing line, goes on the inside, does get a mission done on the inside here off as Golsey, as there's a fight back and forth. He does go wide. I think there's a bit of a contact between himself and Golsey. Now I think that was a case of hard race. I don't think there was anyone at fault there, but not to worry. As you see, Oliver is a threat here. There's actually a big scrap here between these 4 drivers from Blurp, Connor and Oliver and Quashi here. Quashi is wanting to capitalise here on any mistakes made by the drivers in front. Holding back slightly as there's a big... Oh! He actually doesn't capitalise, he actually gets it. He's a victim. I think he may have lost a front wing, or picked up some damage. I would be surprised if he didn't. As you see, he does lose some pace. There is a bit of contact between himself and Griever, as he does go wide. And rejoins his track. There's a big DRS train behind Oliver of 6 drivers. I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 drivers, sorry. And he is, as you can see, he is stressing. Now he is on the hard compounds. Now if he's able to kind of maintain and hold this up and actually allow those medium drivers behind him to use the tires as much as they can, this will be better for him in the long term. Rather. He's done a really good job so far at the moment. We'll look at actually the front runners and what they're on. So Rousey and Connor on hard as well, but E9 Barcode's on the medium. So at the moment he is sitting net in the podiums, but this is where he's at risk here. The DRS, as you see, Deathstar is gaining, kind of wobbling back and forth. Deathstar does get the outside of Oliver. Now Oliver just gives up position. Now he doesn't defend too toughly, or too hard rather, which I actually think is the right choice. Now what I would say to Oliver here now is actually stay behind Deathstar. Use his DRS and keep this train behind him. But the more he can do that, the longer he can do that, to try and get the drivers behind and use their crown points, it'll help him later on in the race, you know. But yeah, we look the lower end of the grid here. Actually, you see Blurp on the inside lane of Humane as they're going back and forth, wibble wobbly, as Humane does hold that position across Blurp. He actually got he does. That was borderline exceeding track limits, but he's collecting so many penalties here. This is not like Humane at all. But you can see, right, E9 Barcode is quite wobbly on the exits, as you can see he's losing more time now. The DRS is open for Rousey. I wonder if he's going to make the move done here over E9 Barcode, as Conor Barry in the background does pick up 3-second time penalty. As Rousey opts in to go a little bit wider over E9 Barcode. Coppo picking up a 3-second time penalty. There's a scrappy do here behind in for P5 and P6. But Rousey and E9 Barcode here settling down here over the DRS. And I think that's the right move here for Rousey. Sticking behind, wait let DRS and get the move done that way. As Conor Barry does retire. What happened to Conor? He does retire from the session, and that does cause a safety car. Now this could get very interesting, be truthful. But as we see, Rousey does get the restart going once again. Gets a pretty good restart, has around 4 tenths above E9 Barcode. Now all drivers are on softs at the moment, so it is a 3-lap shootout, so it should be a fun one. But now DRS is not activated. It won't be activated now until the final lap, I believe. Yeah, it should be final lap will be when it's activated. Some positions moved here for Capo and Lanny. She does get that move done, or I believe defend or done. But Blurp is right up behind, wanting to capitalise as best he can. As Deathstar is pushing quite hard. He does hit that purple sector 2, sorry, sector 1 rather. But in terms of restarts, pretty clean. Now Rabble is a danger here of Griever. As Griever is right up behind Rabble's backside, and he gets a quicker exit and does get the move done over Rabble on the left hand side. As you see Deathstar have a little bit of a wobble on the exit, and actually gives the opportunity to Oliver to capitalise. You can see the difference on that exit as they were having a bit of a drag race on the pit straight. Now Deathstar does have the outside line, which is a better line, but Oliver kind of bullies him away and almost causes him to actually spin the car out, which would have been an absolute disaster. So yeah, really good move here for Oliver, kind of seeing that gap, took the opportunity and fought for that position. So far so good, been a pretty good finale to the season, which is always nice to see, as E9 Barcode does capitalise here on the mistake from Rousey. Rousey does go a little bit wide over that steeper chicane, but Rousey is up behind E9 Barcode. I think there was contact here between, as he does get the position back, but almost causes Gulsey to go in the back of him. But yeah, fair play to Rousey, did get that position back to E9 Barcode. Now DRS is activated, but they won't have it for this lap, so it is all on ERS. As you can see on Rousey's cockpit, there is 0 ERS left. It actually gives the position to Gulsey to try and contest for this P1. So I wonder if they're actually in party chat, because if so, that is a move and a half, because at the moment Rousey would be losing that position anyway. So giving it to Gulsey, trying to fight for P1. I'll have a look at ERS situation. So you can see in the bottom in the cockpit there's very little ERS for both drivers. Gulsey has a little bit more, as E9 Barcode is defending quite hard. You see on the left hand side, Deathstar does go down to P9, so there was a bit of an incident down the grid, but I want to stay on board here with Gulsey as they balance to the line to try and get this move done. You see in the back end there, Oliver, I believe that was Oliver, he did go quite wide, but he doesn't lose any positions, so not to worry. And I don't think, yeah, this will be Ine Barco's here race for the win. I think it as Ine Barco does go across the line to get that position done, so congratulations to him. Gulsey taking that P2, Rousey in P3. There's absolute carnage here in the back end. But folks, forget all of that. We'll jump aboard here with Griever. Our Season 1 CBRL Drivers Championship. Congratulations to Griever.